When we work on elevation of the head, we're looking for the horse to bring the shoulders up and to shift the weight back onto the hindquarters. In this video, Dancer is starting to tilt his pelvis downward, and you can see he bends his hind legs as he starts to put more power into the movement. Dancer is not an overly talented horse. He's asymmetrical. He has limited conformation, so engagement is harder for him. But the elevation of the head and the tapping on the top of the hindquarters helps to teach him how to bend his joints and use his hamstrings more efficiently. As you can see, especially when he moves up into a trot, he bends his joints, especially at stifles and hocks, brings the pelvis a little bit steeper, and starts to push with his hamstrings more efficiently. During the flexions in hand, we're looking for them to bend the neck laterally from the pole. This teaches the horse how to relax through the pole, which is often a problem area for horses. This is also a good way to stimulate the parasympathetic response in a reliable way, so we can start to teach them to relax on cue. We also teach the horse to flex the entire neck laterally. We also teach the horse how to do a little bit of an extension on the front legs, as they did with Zenyatta. That helps them start to relax the shoulders and to learn to elevate through the shoulders as well. And Dancer does it often on his own. So the lateral bend of the neck helps to engage the proper muscles in the neck. It also teaches the horse how to relax through the neck, which is often a problem area. We want the horse to flex through the neck and chew, which is going to allow them to use their neck most efficiently for performance. Again, this is a good way to teach the horse how to relax on cue as well. Under saddle, there are basic exercises that we can teach the horses very early on. If you watch Dancer's walk, again, he tends to be shoulder heavy. He's a little bit thin through his hindquarters, which makes it more difficult for him to use his hamstrings. His legs are also a little bit too long for the length of his back, so he tends to overstride. But we can teach him how to use his hamstrings and his quadriceps more effectively by elevating his neck. And you see he starts to tip his pelvis and transfer more of the power to his hamstrings. When used as an interval exercise, the elevation of the head is really effective in building strength. We can do it at a walk and a trot. At a trot especially, we start to see more use of the hamstrings. You can see the muscles start to activate a little bit more when he goes up into a trot. If the horse does not tilt the pelvis or use the hindquarters enough, tapping on the top of the hindquarters will teach the horse to engage. Even very young horses tolerate this work with a lot of willingness because it does not stress them. We always carefully maintain their balance and gauge how much stress they can handle at any moment. Once the horse is engaged in the hindquarters, we will give them a break in between. And you see he has more power in his walk. He's pushing himself forward more efficiently, and he's lifting up through his withers. We would repeat this several times. We would do about 5 reps in every set and about 3 sets. In the beginning, the reps would be fairly short and the horse would not be elevated quite as high as Dancer is. The horse has to build enough strength at the base of the neck in order to be able to lift the withers with a rider. Once the horse understands how to lift the withers and how to do the basic flexion of the pelvis, we start on some lateral movements, which help to balance the horse side to side. Lateral movement also emphasizes areas of weakness and asymmetry, so we can pinpoint asymmetry easier and prevent injury. Again, young horses take to this work very readily, and it helps to keep them focused and teach them how to focus at a young age. We also will start to teach the horse how to do transitions, so speed up, slow down. The transitions help to teach the horse how to engage through the hindquarters and use the hamstrings better. So again, you see when he goes into a canter how he flexes his stifle and hocks. That's going to build the power available in his hindquarters and allow him to push from the hamstrings more efficiently. If all of this is taught progressively, there's very little risk of injury. Again, you see even at the trot, he has a little bit more power available. It's also interesting, once the horse develops better balance and more power, they want to go forward. So we never have to ask them to speed up. Here I'm actually asking Dancer to slow down, but he's insisting on forward motion, so I let him go. The key to training an effective performance horse is to convince them to like their work. They should want to do what we're asking them to do. And if they're balanced and powerful, they want to go, and it becomes easy for them. So if we continue to do the strength training on this horse, he will continue to develop more power and more speed over time. And this is the sort of exercise we're going to do with the younger horses. And the horses that are conformationally more talented will progress faster with more ease. But we can develop power in pretty much any horse. All right, good.